It is time to reboot social media and our relationship. It is the 29th of April 2025 and things are changing. And I just bit my tongue. Okay, so I really wanted to just chat with you for a minute about what we're going to be doing together in this space, what my vision is for this channel, and most importantly, how this pertains to you and your beautiful budding business. And I've been thinking about you and asking myself how best I could support you in your creative business, in your creative endeavors. And let's be honest, it's not going to be in a 7-second reel. And I spent the start of this year just really getting like hyper fixated on answering some of those questions. I want to hang with you, I want to connect with you, I want to know what your struggles are. And also, we're moving house. Don't know if you could tell. So before I get even more ahead of myself, hi, hello, my name is Sarika. I'm a brand content creator based here in the Cotswolds. This is my beautiful assistant. I studied and worked in the arts before discovering Instagram very late. I've been lucky enough to work with some truly amazing brands on some really special campaigns that I'm so proud of. But I started with small businesses, female founders, makers, creatives. I'm talking like jewelers, ceramicists. And just knowing that I could so easily bring value to their business and like help them deal with their roadblocks, and just that feeling never went away. Last year was actually a really tough one for me personally. I'd had problems with my eye for a good few months, and that had just meant that I had really stopped sharing my own face on social. I was just obviously terrified that it would stop working, but also I just felt really self-conscious about it. And luckily that all was sorted in the end, but we adopted Moon, and that was a lot more challenging than we thought it would be. He's healed, he's happy, he's absolutely golden now. He's only ever really been like soft launched on Instagram. If you've never adopted before or never rehabilitated an animal before, you might not understand what I mean when I say it just completely took over our lives. And after that, I ended up ghosting my own business. I ghosted my socials, therefore I ghosted my business. I ghosted my community. But this year feels different. I've had so many creatives tell me that they felt this gloom, had this 2020 hangover, and that it's finally starting to shift. The timing just feels so right now. Like, yes, it's spring, but also I just feel like so many of us are awakening from this 2020 fog. Please let me know if this resonates. I've also moved house more times than I would like to admit. So I know that spring is the best time to move house and fall in love with your new spot. Quick backstory, my husband and I moved to this house on the eve of the very first lockdown in the UK, March 20th, 2020. We thought we'd be here for 12 months and then we would buy a place. 5 years and 2 cats later, and we're finally ready to move on and put down some roots. In all the years we've lived together, one of us was either self-employed or just mainly working on passion projects, especially when I was still establishing my business. And we kept always having to move around. So the dream of being able to put down roots just felt so out of reach. Guys, we're gonna have a house of our own. No asking permission to do things or paint walls or hang shelves or adopt animals. We're gonna have a garden studio. That's me and you, because that's where all this is gonna happen. So I, of course, need to bring you along for this journey too. I always say, if you don't have dreams, how can they come true? I don't wanna jinx anything, so that's all I'm gonna say today, but it's coming and I think you're gonna enjoy it. All I'll say is Cotswold Stone Cottage. So anyway, back to today. Come back and supporting creative female founders in their budding businesses. What do I mean by this, and what are we actually going to be covering going forward? Moving house in the Cotswolds, hell yeah, of course. English countryside, slow living, you got it. Reno, hell yeah. But also content creation guidance for the overwhelmed founder. Does that sound like you? And yes, apps, video editing basics, product photography, but also, and most importantly at this point in time, in my opinion, is actually mindset work to help you shut out the meta-induced noise, help you tune in to what you really want to be making and how you really want your brand to look and feel out in the world. Together we'll start building your content ecosystem and take it from that ball and chain that you've been dragging around to a beautiful, buoyant, fun thing that actually supports your business. I know it's a mind-blowing concept, isn't it, that content would actually be fun again. And in case you're already starting to think, oh, this isn't for me, I'm not advanced enough, this isn't for beginners, that little doubts are starting to creep in, please allow me to tell you a few things about myself that might help you reframe some of those doubts. I was embarrassingly late to the social game, like I'm not joking. And I still managed to make it my full-time gig within a couple of years. And what I was producing wasn't even that good at the time. I haven't been able to cut it in a whole host of super cool jobs. Like Anne Hathaway, Devil Wears Prada level cool. Couldn't hack it, had to leave, had a breakdown. I realised that I just can't thrive in that stressful environment and I need to be my weird self in a shed somewhere. I taught myself how to video edit using YouTube only. And I also landed my very first big client international job just by posting daily vlogs on stories. Nothing more. So what I'm telling you is I have been clueless. I have been overwhelmed. I have been winging it. I have been exactly where you might be today. And I made it work for me and I made my business thrive because of it, and you can too. So that's it. That's the first transmission. If any of this resonates please stick around. I would love to have you. If you already want to get started ahead of the next episode, if you want to dive in ahead of the next video, I've linked my content brand starter kit. It is honestly embarrassingly basic, but it is exactly what I used in the early years of growing my content business. So it's packed with the exact tools that you can go ahead and shop, and quick tips and takeaways, or just getting you started with more confidence like today. And of course, it's free, by the way. So that's it from me today. I so appreciate you being here. This is Sarika Thakulal, founder of Studio, where we keep you at the center.